My name is Megan Richards. I'm from the United Kingdom and I'm here at Fundimvelo to the Thula Rhino Orphanage as a rhino carer. I first came to South Africa a few years ago to volunteer with orphaned rhinos, and at that time I had no idea how incredible rhinos are and the situation they were in. So since then I've been learning about everything that's going on, and to be doing what I'm doing with looking after the orphaned rhinos with the end goal of releasing them back into the wild, it's given me this insight that not many people have had of rhinos, and it's really shown me, their personalities and how incredible they are and how deserving they are to be on this planet. And I think that people have no idea of that at the moment, but I hope that people will realise that they are characters and they are, just really, really incredible animals that we need to save, because if we don't do something now, it's going to be too late. So being here at Thula Rhino Orphanage, I'm looking after Tuba at the moment, and he's about 9 months old now. We've had him since he was about 5.5 months old, and he was a victim of poaching. His mum was poached. So his mum was poached and he ran away when she was shot, and he spent 8 days on his own trying to survive. He went with another female and tried to suckle, and she wouldn't let him, so she was actually hitting him with her horn and causing injuries. So that wasn't working. He wasn't getting food, he was starting to lose weight, he was getting dehydrated. So then he was rescued and brought here for us to try and help him to get his weight back, get settled here, so that eventually he can be released back into the wild, because he's too young to survive on his own. So since then we've been looking after him 24/7. It's myself, Axel and Alison are his 3 main carers. So the 3 of us have been looking after him around the clock since he arrived, and the difference between him now and when he first arrived is really, it's quite mind-blowing just to look back on what's happened in that time, because he came in and he was so traumatized, he was scared, he didn't know what was happening, he was underweight, he was just not in a good place, and as any of us would be if we were in that situation. And then you look at him now and he's getting more independent, he's grown so much, he feels secure and safe, and he now can be on his own for periods of time, and he is fine with that, whereas before he wouldn't be happy unless you were touching him and he had that contact and he felt that you were there. And now he's on his own grazing. It's just incredible that he's grown so much in such a short amount of time. I think from being at the orphanage and from working with the rhino calves, it's really opened out, what's going on, and there's so much to it. It's not just, oh, there's a rhino calf, we're going to look after it. To actually run the facility, it costs a lot of money. To get security, the poaching is huge, and even though these are only calves, we could still be a target for poachers, so we have to have high security, armed security, so that costs. There's everything that we need to keep on going: food for the rhino, food for us, accommodation, how much milk a tuba drinks, that's money. He drinks 10 litres every 4 hours, 10 litres of Dengbit milk every 4 hours. So everything to keep us running, it costs a lot of money, and it's a lot, not only money but also time and manpower to keep going is huge. And I think from looking at it on the surface, it's just kind of, oh, it's just looking after a rhino, it's not a big thing, but it's huge, and it's surprising how much work and effort, not just from the team that are looking after the rhino, but also externally there's huge people putting time and money and effort into keeping us going. and it's just a massive project that it's not going to work if it's only just us. You know, we're saving this one rhino, and hopefully we'll be saving more and more and more. But we can't do it if other people aren't helping us, and if we're saving this rhino to go out and the poaching is even worse, then are we just saving the rhino for it to get poached? We need people to stand up and fight for rhino globally, because this issue isn't going to stop if everybody isn't helping, and everybody needs to chip in and save the rhino as a species and help stop the poaching, because what's the point if nobody is going to fight for them? There's no hope for them. But right now, if everybody stands up and everybody is a voice for rhino and helps, be that financially or with your time or just by raising awareness, you know, sharing this video, sharing other pictures, photos, videos, anything you've seen on the poaching, share it. Maybe your friends can donate or give their time, because everybody can do just one little thing. It's huge to us and it's huge to the rhino, so it's really, everybody can help this situation in one way or another. And I think that by being here, it's really opened my eyes to so much, and I hope that everybody will stand up for the rhino, because they deserve it. And you know, one calf is a big deal. We're saving one calf at a time. But think, like, if there's not a facility like this, what's going to happen to the calves? I mean, we go out and rescue them, and if we don't do that, then the calves have no future. So it's huge. I'd say our biggest challenge in terms of hands-on with a tuber is knowing what he wants and how we can best look after him, because obviously we can never be his mum. We're never going to be that. We can just be, you know, as good as we are and as we try to be. So if he's asking for something or there's something wrong, you know, we can tell that something's not right, but then we're like, what is it? Are you hungry? Are you not feeling well? If you're not feeling well, what's wrong? And there's just so much, like so many questions, so many pieces of this puzzle that we're trying to fit in, but because we're not, we're completely different species, and we're trying so hard, but it'd be so much easier if we knew what he was asking us. I think that's the biggest challenge, personally, with the rhino calf, but yeah, it's an amazing thing, and it'd be so cool if we knew what he was saying.